But I mean, again, he doesn't know who Gabriel is, right? Because he didn't come from an Abrahamic faith. The people of Mecca were pagan.
Quran is mentioned, if this book was from other than God, they would have found in it many contradictions.
If a book is without contradictions, that has no bearing on whether it comes from God or not. I've had phone books that are inerrant, but I certainly don't think God gave them.
That we believe without understanding.
As holes.
The Prophet tells us because Satan or the devil sleeps over our nostrils. Those who oversleep and not pray Fajr on time, Satan urinates in their ears.
I really do think Jesus was crucified and that he really was dead and buried. He thought that he was a son of God in the sense that he was specially chosen by God. I think Jesus really did think he was going to be the Messiah, the future king of Israel. I mean, that is, after all, why they crucified him.
Hello everyone, and peace of Christ all of you. Please invite your friends and let us have some good time together. Look like we have already some Abdul in the chat, and they are welcome. And as usual, the Abdul, they are the best one to make comment. As an example, we have a person here. His name is Ant Card. I don't know. His name is Ant, and Mr. Ant is complaining about some Christian. They have images of Jesus. Yeah. And he's asking, is that how Jesus looked like? And this is what is hurting his feeling. It's not hurting his feeling that the Quran says that you should make images of a prophet, statues of a prophet. But it hurt his feeling that there is some Christians, they make images of Jesus. Is that how he looked like? Do even those by Abdul knew what is written in their book, their silly book, the Quran, the yellow page of Muhammad? If we go right now to the Quran, even though that's not our topic, but just for a laugh, isn't it this is your stupid book? Allah, he gave an order to his prophet to build temples full of statues and images. And brother, if you look at the Muslim translation, it says images. The word statues is gone. The word statues is gone. You change the translator. We go to different Abdul, because every Abdul, he have different Quran. And the proof in front of you. Different words, different meaning, different story. This guy is saying images only. Let us go to different Abdul. Keep trying, don't give up. Until the truth show up. One of them, by mistake, he will say truth, and the word statues will appear. Oh, okay, there is no statues here. There's a statues. Abdul? So you are coming to the Christian, and by the way, your name is Ant. Shouldn't you make a statues for the ant who spoke to Solomon? And Solomon, he could understood her speech? I mean, the Muslims, I mean, your stories doesn't make sense. How you have images of Jesus? Oh boy. Let us go to our topic. The Abduls non-stop, they attack always the Bible, right? As we see, always. But you see, the silliness of Islam is beyond imagination. I want a Muslim who agree that the book of Allah, the Bible of Allah, is corrupted. If you believe in that, please let us know. Show me your text. If you are a Muhammadan here, don't hesitate to say, I agree. Who is a Muslim, he agree that the Bible of Allah is corrupted? I'm not going to wait for you. There's 1,000 of videos. I'm not going to play any of them. Actually, we have the image of this Sheikh Uthman, the ketchup boy, and he is speaking about the corruption of the Bible, brother. But look what the Muslim did to themselves. This is additional reason for anyone not to believe in the stupidity of Islam. Why? If Allah is the one who sent the Torah, and Allah is the one who sent the Injil, then why Allah did not protect his Torah and his Injil? Somebody saying Kings 24:8 and Chronicle 36:9 contradiction. No, this is a contradiction for you because you are a fool like your prophet. If you go and calculate the numbers, they will speak about the dynasty of the family who rule. It's the same number. But for an ignorant like you, he will think this is a contradiction. However, if this is a contradiction, this is your stupid prophet Muhammad. He take an oath on the same book you are speaking of, and he is saying, I believe in thee. So you Muslims are really weird and very funny. In one hand, we find your prophet swear by it. In the other hand, you Muslims are looking for a contradiction. So, are you saying your prophet, he swear by a book full of contradiction? Was he a hypocrite? Wasn't he? Huh? So this is your stupid prophet taking an oath. He said to the Jews, bring me your book. They brought him the books. He put it in a cushion. He took the cushion from underneath of him, and he respected the book very much. And then he said, he put his hand on it, and he says, I believe in thee and the one who sent thee. But the poor you is looking for a contradiction. And you know, the book is you are even speaking of. You see, even if those books is even not exist, they will not add anything, they will not take anything. You know, the Muslim, when they speak, they are like a chicken, but it's a rooster trying to lay eggs. Did you ask yourself even what this book is about? This is a book of history. It's not about God speaking. This king, he lived here. This king, he died there. This king, he have a son. This guy have a wife. This guy was bad. This is not God. The Quran is the book of God, supposedly, and everything in the Quran, word by word, is by God, right? But the Quran is a book of stupidity. All of it is contradiction. Your God, Allah, did not even remember which one he created first, the stars or the mountains. One verse is the stars, one verse is the mountains. So at least when you want to bring a contradiction, bring something can make a difference. Let us say, for the sake of argument, that was a mistake. But that is just a history. This is not God talking. Do you see the stupidity? So here we have your prophet swearing by a book. He cannot even read. This book is written in Torah, in Hebrew. How he say, I believe in thee? Do he knew what is inside? And not only he said, I believe in thee, he said, I believe in thee and the one who sent thee. So Muhammad here is denying his God, Allah, and he suddenly believed in the God of the Jews. He's a hypocrite. If the Torah and the book of the Christians is wrong, and then Muhammad, he say, I believe in you, I believe even in the one who sent thee, and we know that the one who sent thee is not Allah, and he believe in thee, and in the same time the Quran says that the Jews, they say, they believe that Uzair is a son of Allah. So how the idiot Muhammad, he says he believe in thee, and thee supposedly have a story about Uzair. Do you remember Mimi Hijab when he was speaking to David Wood? He says to him, not a single Jew believe God has a son. Not a single Jew believe in Trinity. This is the Quran says all the Jews believe that God has a son. And this is what happened when you debate idiots. And you have to take advantage of those idiots. You know what I mean? Because they are the best to expose their cult. But those idiots, they choose the one they want to debate with carefully, so they will not get busted so fast and so easy. So look what happened now. We have a book, supposedly it's corrupted. The Jews, they believe that Allah, he have a son. His name is Uzair, not Israel. This is a lie. There's Israel does not exist in the whole Quran. Here we go. The Arabic, it says Uzair. And then Muhammad, he says, as we saw you in the hadith, I believe in thee and the one who sent thee. So he believed that Allah have a son. If this is what the Jews teach. And then if we check, we cannot find one single Jew believed ever in someone, his name is Uzair, and they believe that he is a son of God. And we challenge any Muslim to show us any reference. Now going back to the laughable claim of the Muslims that the Bible is changed. Allah, He sent the Bible. Allah don't want to protect His Bible. Isn't it this is additional reason for us as a Christian to laugh at Islam? Who is a Muslim can tell us why Allah He sent the Injil and the Torah and He don't want to protect them? Give me any reason, Muslims. And card, if you want to change my topic, I will block you. And I can find you. Your prophet says that my nation will be 73 sect. One of them will be truthful and the rest will go to hell. So don't make me send you free shipping and hand it into Allah. Focus with me. If you have an answer from my topic, you are welcome. If you want to post things that have nothing to do with my topic, I will send you to Allah. As simple as that. The Muslim, he come to the chat. He knew that there is some idiot. They love the division, you know, the Satan. So he say Catholic, Protestant. So if there is some fool, they will start fighting. It doesn't work here, Abdul. We are not Shia and Sunni killing each other. This is for donkeys. I am not a Catholic. My Catholic brothers are my brothers and sisters. Okay, Palestine. Then don't act like a donkey. So focus with me. Allah, He sent the Torah. Allah, He sent the Injil. And the funny is, it says in Arabic, Allah, He sent the book, believing in what is between His hands. Look what the Muslim they say, confirming what came before it. But in Arabic, it doesn't say that. It says, مُصَدِّقًا لِمَا بَيْنَ يَدَيْهِ, believing in what is between His hands. Do you see how they lie? So look at the stupidity here. In one hand, the Muslim, they go frenzy. I like the word frenzy, by the way. They feed a frenzy in attacking the Bible. Then their stupid frenzy book says that Allah, He sent a book confirming and believing in what is with them and between their hands. And look at the Muslim translation trying to hide the truth. You know, by the way, the easiest way to get this Abdul busted, you can take this and post it in Google. And you will see in 2 seconds that it says between his hands. Let us do it. Google Translation, peace be upon him. Because Google Translation is a software and Muslim translation is satanic, demonic translation trying to hide the truth. Copy, paste in the front of your eyes. Google Translation is copying what he found in the internet, not giving the correct translation. Let us do this so we can get them busted. I will copy the exact 2 words, بين يديه, between his hands. See what Google do, right away he find an exact words, translate it in Google, and he post it. So let us do this. We will post only 2 words. See? The translation is still not correct. بين يديه.
بين يديه.
It is between his hands. If you copy the word baina alone, I will copy that's the word baina, which means between. Take it, paste it here, and this is the word baina,
بين.
between. If we copy the other word, the second word, yadayhi, we take it here. Or let us see, let us add it to the previous word. Bayna yadayhi, we already translate bayna to be between, yadayhi, his hands. You see? So the Quran says something, the Muslim they say something else, and they translate something else. This is why I say always to you, you cannot learn Islam from a Muhammadan. They lie. And in case you do not believe, look at the translation. why they are saying confirming what came before it, when the verse have the word hands and between his hands. There's a huge difference. What came before it, we do not know. Okay, maybe before it was there. Maybe it's not to exist no more. Came before it, maybe a long time ago. But here it says, what is between his hands. There's a huge difference. Actually, I'm going to do this. I will keep changing translation until we find one Muslim, by mistake, he said the truth. Let us see if we can find. This one is saying confirming earlier books. Different one. I will keep changing translation one by one. Came before it. Muhammad Asad. Look what Muhammad Asad says. Confirming whatever there still remain of the earlier revelation. So do you see why they are trying to hide what the Quran is saying? Because this is a stupid verse. Either you confirm what is between their hands, which means what is between their hands, it is true. And if this is what the Arabic saying, then we have to fix it. This is an embarrassment. The Quran is a stupid book written by a stupid man. Let us continue. So this guy, he had a long line which is not there. Biktal. Confirming which was revealed by it. Let us continue. Kawari. Revealed before it. Karabula. Proceeded. That's a good one. Confirming what proceeded. This is what it says, really? I mean, you disgusting believers. You don't even have the decency to give little translation to be as the Quran saying. Confirming what was before it. Here we have was. It's not exist no more. Let us go to Sarwar. Confirming the original Bible, brother. The original, this guy, he had the original. See, in Arabic it says what is between his hand, believing in what is between his hand. Suddenly it became confirming the original, brother. Brother and sister, chapter 3, verse number 3. It says that Allah confirming the book between his hand. And then the verse says, maybe the clear preference. And he say that the verse says confirming what is between his hand. In actually, in Arabic it says that. We have to admit. But Allah, he says something and he means something. And this is how we get them busted. So Allah, he says something and it means something. Why Allah saying between his hand and you Muslim, you say something else? Do you have a little dignity? Let us continue the trip of corruption. Who is the one who's corrupt in his book? You see, when you give false meaning, verifying which was before, which is before it, is that really what the verse saying? I don't know. We finish all the English translation. Let's see his Arbari. Let's go up. Ahmad Ali. Before it. Ahmad Raza Khan. Confirming the book before it. Again. Arbari. Confirming what was before it. Community. Before it. This is the same. Dariyabadi. Before it. Hilali Khan. Before it. Itani. Before it. Khattab. Before it. Maududi. Earlier book. Confirming earlier book, brother. Mabaraka Baruri. Before it. Those we saw them already, I think. Karari, before it. Karabala, yeah, we showed those one. Proceeded. But all what you need to do, just go, copy those words, Take them to Google Translation and you will find this is what it says. Actually, you know what? I will do this. I will copy the word yaday as it is, and I will search for it in the Quran. Just to show you how Muslim, you know, this is the religion of the devil, literally. So I will post the same exact word in the search engine. Hit. Yadayha. Succession, generation. Even this one is they are lying about. Okay. فَوَيْلٌ لِلَّذِينَ يَكْتُبُونَ الْكِتَابَ بِأَيْدِيهِمْ. What أيديهم mean? Let us see. By their own hands. You see? يَدَيْهِ, أيدي is the same word. Their own hands. And who is the one who write the book by their own hands? The Muslims. Did Muhammad write the Quran? No. Did Ibn Uthman wrote the Quran? No. Whoever wrote the Quran, they wrote it by their own hands. The Muslim, they will say to you, oh no, they are saying that the one who write his own, you know, his own verses, like he making things up, right? No problem. I can take it this way. But we have a proof that the whole Quran cannot be from God. From the beginning, from the first chapter to the last chapter. Not by, I don't care, read it. I can see this. There's somebody he can say, I can claim now to be a prophet, and my God, he sent me a book and confirming that the Quran is a lie. But how I can use that against you? You know what I mean? I mean, this is silly. So the Muslim, they come with a book 600 years after, trying to take it against us. But do you have a proof? If you have a proof, that will be a proof against you. Why? Because we have tons of verses in the stupid Quran saying that Allah, he sent the book believing in what is with them. Read with me carefully and love. And for some reason, the Muslim here, by mistake, did give the accurate translation. They did not lie. Read carefully. The book, the Quran, confirm what the Jewish and the Christians have with them, is with them. Do you see it? And actually the word confirm is not accurate, because the word musaddiq mean believing and agreeing and confirming, starting with believing. So Allah, he sent the book believing in what the Christian and the Jews they have. In now, not late, but before. Do you see it? Not many know Arab language. Ah, okay. So how you can worship your God if you do not know the Arab language? And what kind of religion is based in a language? For me, what is important that when the Muslims, they say that the gospel of Allah and the Torah of Allah, if they ever exist, they are corrupted, they are giving us additional reason to believe that Islam is a fraud. Because if Allah is God, why Allah he sent 124,000 messenger? Each one of them, he have a book. And then Allah decide not to protect a single one of them except the Quran. This is what the Muslims they say. How I can trust somebody? Imagine you have somebody here have a library. The library used to have 124,000 books. He lost them all except one. Can we call Allah the biggest loser of history? So why Allah he sent 124,000 books if none of them would be existed? And from this we understand that Islam is a laughable, jokeable, if we can use that word, stupid ball. It's a ball. You shoot it as you want. You put it wherever you want. It is round. It's flexible. It is liquid. You can liquidate it. You can push it in holes. Islam is very flexible when they want. This God, his book is corrupted. When they want this God, his book cannot be corrupted. Do you see the stupidity? I mean, this is a mentally ill religion. It's the same God. So how the same God, his books are corrupted, and the same God, his book is not corrupted? Either this book of this God can be corrupted or it cannot be corrupted. And not only that, if you go to the stupid yellow page of Muhammad, he confirmed that nobody can change the word of Allah. Read carefully. Chapter 6, verse number 34. And this verse speaking about messengers before Muhammad. What it says there? None has the power to alter the word of Allah. Isn't this is a stupid religion? Nobody can alter the word of Allah. And those idiots, they shout everywhere, the book of Allah, the gospel, and the Torah is a change, brother. You see why we laugh at this? This is not a religion. This is a teenage. It's not even a teenage. It's not even a kid. No one can change the word of Allah. And then the Abdul, they ask the Abdul, they will say, oh, he hint here the Quran. Look, hold on. It says here about messengers came before Muhammad. Messenger before you have been given the lie to. And they heard them. And then persecuted. Until our help reached to them. None has the power to alter the word of Allah. So the whole verse is speaking about messengers who came before. Do you see it? So how this is stupid God? He is saying nobody can alter the word of Allah. The word of Allah is all his words. Is the Quran his only word of Allah? So when Abdul he speak about contradiction, isn't it this is a contradiction and this is stupid? No one can change the word of Allah, and then you will find the Abdul screaming in the street saying, no, your Bible is changed. You as a Christian, when you speak to a Muhammadan, you don't argue with him. Don't tell him, no, the Bible is not changed. Just tell him, relax, relax. You know, remember Sheikh Uthman? Relax. Later they get him busted. Relax. Tell him, oh, you are saying the Bible of Allah have been changed. And you right away you will see how the nail is going to be so hard in his bum. He will say, no, 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 I'm talking about you. You said, no, 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 no. You are saying, who is the one who sent the Bible? Isn't it Allah? Who is the one who sent the Injil? Isn't it Allah? So you are saying to us, the Bible of Allah is a change. So what's my problem? I want to know exactly what is my problem. He is your book. This is your book, Muslims. And he is your God. He is the one who sent it. And you are saying to us, the book of your God is changed. So what's my problem? Any Muslim can help me? And the Christians, because they do not know how to debate Muslims, they take the defense mood and they start saying, no, it's not corrupted. I mean, I agree with him. It says, yeah, your book, your God is a loser. The second you say that, you know, he will change the topic. He will switch. He don't want to talk about it. When you say to me that your God, he promised that nobody can change his words. And you say to me that Allah is the one who sent the gospel. It's called Injil, which is weird. I mean, why Allah he chose the Greek word? Was Jesus born into the Greek people? In Indonesian translation, they added a bracket, promises after word of Allah. I don't know what that means exactly. Promises? Okay. But anyway, Allah saying nobody can alter his word. That's it. Whatever. Promise or not promise, it's okay. Let us go to different level of stupidity. Shall we? This verse will make any Muhammadan lay down in the floor and his leg is up and he will give birth even if he's a male. Even if he is a male, they will give birth. And by the way, you will have a twin. Look at this stupid God. Allah gave the Jewish the Torah. He gave it to who? He gave it to Moses. Wonderful. Therein was guidance and light. Yes, you know, Moses, when he opened the Torah, there's a lot of light come from there. By its standard, have been the judge the Jews, by the prophet who bowed between two brackets as in Islam. They are Muslims. I mean, this is funny religion. So why you call them Jews? I mean, you just say Jews. You stupid, you just say Jews. So why you call them Muslims? And then Allah, he entrusted the doctors and the rabbis to protect the book. Who is a Muslim agree with this verse? Who is a Muslim agree with this verse? Anyone knows what is the problem? Let's see. I want one of you to help me. Who noticed what is the problem with this stupid verse? Who have a sharp image, a vision, sorry. What is the problem with this verse? Oh, the Muslim, they add a bracket always because the Quran is so clear, supposedly. And the more bracket they add, the more they prove that the Quran is made in perfect Arabic. Anyone notice what the problem? Nobody? Okay. Do you see the word entrusted? Do you see it? Entrusted. What entrusted means? Somebody help me. What the word entrusted mean? When somebody says, I trusted you, what does that mean exactly? Trust have a meaning, right? What the word trust mean? Think about it and then you will know what I'm talking about. Trust, it means I have faith. Thank you very much. I have faith on you to be good, correct? To be good, not to be bad. So look what happened. Allah, he trusted the Jews. In what? In the protection of Allah book. Anyone knows what that means? Islam destroyed in this verse. If you ask a Muslim, do Allah knew the future? What the Abdul will say? Sure, Allah, he knew the future. What are you talking about? Yeah, he knew the future. Okay. Allah, he knew the future. Do Allah knew that those Jews, they are not trustworthy? So Allah, he have faith on the rabbi and the scholars to protect his book. But the rabbi and the scholar, they gave Allah a finger. And the Muslim, and every single Muslim, he gave us speeches about Allah is all-knowing and Allah knows best. Do you see how Allah knows best? Do you notice how Allah knows a lot of best? Are you kidding me? This is the best of the best. So Allah knows best, and yet he trusted the rabbi and the doctors of the law, the high rank of the Jews, in the protection of Allah book. Who is a Muslim want to tell me, did Allah made a wrong decision? Did Allah made a wrong choice? Was Allah wrong in his choice? So when a Muhammadan, I hope you guys are taking notes. You see, if you want to learn really how you can debunk this stupid cult so easy, I advise you, like today we have a topic, right? We have a title, the Bible, and the corruption and the change. You open a little document, and whatever I show on the screen, make a note, save the file, and name it. Once you need reference, you just open the file, and you have it all there. So, what this verse is saying, that Allah do not know best, Allah is stupid. And the proof of that, you see, I can say, the Muslim can say, well, Allah wanted to test them. Allah, he wanted to test them. You know, test them. It says here, entrusted them. He entrusted them. And trust coming from faith on them. So your God, Allah, have a wrong faith. And obviously, this is an act of somebody he do not know tomorrow. He do not know the future. And Allah entrusted them in a specific job, which is the protection of Allah book. Does it say Allah book? It says that, right? It says Allah book. So, how the book belong to Allah and the protection of the book is given to someone he will die tomorrow, or a year after, or 10 years after, or 50 years after. Do you understand what I'm saying? Let us say one of you, he says to me, Christian Prince, I trust you to protect this book. But that can be valid if I'm going to stay alive forever. But all of us, we knew that a human being are limited in life, and their life is very short compared to what this age of the universe is. So when he entrusted those rabbis, and they are specific people, how they can protect the book forever? They are just a bunch of rabbis. They will die 10 years, 20 years, they will be dead. And those are rabbi, which mean already they are old. You see, it says it clearly, they are the doctors of the law, and they are the rabbis. You don't become a rabbi and you are a kid, a teenage. Those are already old men. So they will have a life maybe 20, 30 years more, 40 years more. But they cannot be entrusted to protect the book of God, for their life is not forever. So here you see again the stupidity of the so-called book of Allah. They complain about corruption of the Torah and the gospel. Then the same book confirmed the Torah and the gospel. And the same book says that Allah trusted the Jews to protect the Torah and the Torah here at least, you know, and the rabbi. And even it says he trusted them, you know, not to fear any man. Right? But trust trust is a big word. When somebody trusts somebody, it's mean in that moment he believes that those people are really, really good. They are trustworthy. So when Allah, he trusted the rabbis, obviously, based on what Muslims they say today that the Torah is a change, obviously Allah trust was a foolish trust. Therefore, Allah is a fool. Any Muslim don't agree with me? Yeah, Keem, 2 Peter 2:21. You know, just focus with me now. We don't want to go to the Bible. You see, there's a time for the Bible, and now focus on the reference we are giving you. False prophet, you do not, you know, in Islam, you do not need to prove Muhammad to be a false prophet. This guy, everything he says is stupid. You see, Islam is the easiest stupid cult to defeat. The problem I find, the difficulty with Islam, that all the media in the world, YouTube, look, I cannot collect donation here, right? If you are a Muslim, you collect donation, you have advertising. I cannot say a word. I cannot even keep my videos. Muslim, they have videos in teaching terrorism, hatred, and their video is there and nobody take it down. So our problem is not how hard to expose the garbage of Muhammad. Our problem is that there is a major force, satanic force in this earth, sponsoring this cult, and they don't want the voice of the truth to be heard. This is the truth. If I have a channel speaking, supporting Islam, none of my video will be taken down, and all of you know that. And I will never need to delete one video. Isn't it this is telling us all the story? Look, do you see in my videos I'm teaching hatred? Am I teaching violence? So why they take my videos down? Why YouTube side with them? Why Facebook side with them? Why Twitter side with them? The devil is additional proof that Islam is satanic. All those who support Islam, they are the devil. They speak of a freedom of speech, but the freedom of speech is only for Muslims. Or for atheists. Like you see from those who speak against Islam, you will not find one atheist. He speak against Islam, they take down his donation. Like Abdullah Samir or apostate prophet. Why? Because they are atheists. Did you see how, you know, the discrimination? So the atheists who they are in charge of those programs, they are the devil. They are evil. If I am an atheist, my channel will be fine. And they try their best to kick you out of their system. And this is what happened to David Wood. David Wood, you know, they took the donation off, they took the advertising, they took, and they keep sending him warning after warning, you know, take this video down, take that video down. So the guy, he gave up. But that will not work with me. You take this channel, I will make 10 channels. Who cares? Now, about subscribers, I believe that YouTube support Muslims, and Muslims, they support Muslims. You see, if I am a Muslim, how many my channel should have? I think this channel have maybe 80,000, something like that. I'm not sure. It doesn't show, you know. I need to check. Because I stopped this using channel for a while. And I think the other channel, Christian Prince, I think already we passed maybe maybe 100,000. I'm not sure. We need to check it out. If somebody can go right now, look, you can tell me what is the number right now. And that one we stopped, you know, using it, and we came here, so we can switch between them. But the truth is that Islam is very easy to debunk and to prove to be stupid, and we are victorious. Even you see how many people they try to promote Islam just to make money. A reaction, like there's a guy, we made a video about him from Albania, Serbia, or I don't know where he is from. A reaction of a Christian for Allah, he is the true God. Yet the guy, he keep calling himself a Christian just to get click. Because he knew that the Muslim, they will flood his video. They will share it. So there's a lot of people too, who they are obviously evil, satanic. They are willing to sell themselves to make money. And ask yourself, why not? I mean, there's women, they are taking off their clothes for a dollar. And there's men, they are no better, they are doing the same. They take their clothes and they are naked for a dollar. They strip themselves from any value just to make a dollar. 90,000? Okay. Yeah, because we stopped. It was something, 90 something. We stopped going there. So the number did not grow and we don't have videos there. Maybe soon I will switch back there and we go. So both of them, they have a close numbers, I think. Do we have any Muslim here he think he can refute us? Anyone? Any Muslim can answer the stupidity of Allah? And do me a favor, when a Muslim he says to you that the Bible is corrupt, right away say to him, yeah, the Bible of Allah is corrupt, and right away look at his face. You will see how his face will become like a watermelon without water. Just agree with him. He will put him immediately in trouble. He will try to explain. Tell him, you don't need to explain. I agree. Allah, he could not protect his book. Allah was a foolish God. He trusted even the Jews. I can show you the verses. Chapter 5, verse number 44. You see, I trust a bank and I put all my money in the bank, and then I found that this bank is a fraud. Who is the fool? The bank or the one who trusted the bank? Do you understand what I'm saying? When you trust, and then your trust came to be false trust, how you can tell me that Allah is God? Well, watermelon actually doesn't describe a Muslim too much, except that a watermelon have holes. You see, do you know that the Muslim, they have fatwas that you can have sex with watermelon? I'm serious. I mean, this is a religion, is not only satanic, it's sexual, weird. I mean, why in the world anyone, how in the world that there is a man, he is going to have sex with watermelon? And you will find that the Shia, they are making fun of the Sunni, because the Sunni, they are teaching that it's okay to have sex with watermelon, and they are making fun of the Shia, that the Shia, they practice still muta. So the Shia, they ask the Sunni, well, do we need witnesses when you marry a water woman? Is it lawful to have sex with watermelon? She is not mature. Is it okay if she is under the age of 6? There's a website. Let me see what the name it was. I forgot the name. I think Shia Pan something. Let me find it for you so you die laughing. I don't want you to die. I'm just joking. The morality of Sunni. Here we go. I found it. Shia Pen, Revealing the Truth, Chapter 8, Example of Sunni Morality. Sunni is the Muslim Sunni sect. The Shia and Sunni, they are the enemies. And if you read, you will go crazy. You will die laughing. This is a dialogue between Muslim Sunni and Muslim Shia, fighting against each other, exposing each other, and trying to win let us say, you know, Shia trying to make Sunni become Shia, and Shia trying to make, etc., like, you know, against each other. So look what this here says. Third example of Sunni morality: Sunni ulama means scholars, has ruled or have ruled on the principality of having sex with watermelon. And here is the reference. Ibn al-Qayyim, he said, if a man make a hole in a watermelon or a piece of daw, even daw, like how Allah, can you trust? You see, we are using the word trust now. Can you trust a Muslim to buy from him a watermelon? Can you? Most likely is going to be used and sexually abused. So read with me. Educate yourself sexually. Let us see how many of you will go to Walmart immediately and look for watermelon. So watermelon or a piece of daw. Women, Muslim women, don't let your husband get close to the daw. You are making bread, he will have sex with it. Piece of daw or leather skin, what the heck? Or statues, don't take a Muslim to the museum. You take a Muhammadan to the museum, he will have sex with the statues and sex with it. Then this is the same as what we have said about type of masturbation. So having sex with watermelon, brother, it's a masturbation, i.e. it is halal. No? So now there is a double halal with the watermelon. It's halal to eat it, it is halal to eat it. And those people, they are busy chasing Christian to say to them that your book is corrupted. And this is the biggest scholars of Islam. Here the Shia, they are asking the Muslim Sunni some questions, serious questions. So look what they said. All the Muslims should certainly be grateful that Ibn al-Qayyim has offered advice on the easiest way to masturbate. So thank you, Ibn al-Qayyim. And clearly Ibn al-Qayyim has done a lot of personal research in this issue. This is the ruling of the saved sect. So the Muslim Sunni, they call themselves, they are the saved sect. Certainly temporary marriage, which Muhammad, he taught Muslims to do, and then the Muslim Sunni, they claim that he forbid it, but the Shia, they still practice it. So now you understand what they are fighting over. Shia still practice temporary marriage, which is not marriage really, it's sexual, 1 night, 1 hour contract. With the women is haram, but temporary marriage with watermelon is halal. In this defense, perhaps Ibn al-Qayyim only meant that it's allowed to marry watermelon with the intent of divorcing it for doing muta with the watermelon. Would clearly be an act of fornication. So, you know, the Shia, they are returning the excuse the Sunni they gave about muta. The Sunni, they say if you practice muta now, it's a fornication. But the Sunni, they have different form of muta. You know, they have zawaj friend, 1 day stand. We have a video of Mimi Hijab. He was saying to the Muslim Sunni, you go and marry somebody for 2 minutes, 5 minutes. We play the video many times. You can search for the video, Muhammad Hijab Abu Khadija. In English, Abu Khadija. Khadija. You will find it right away. So this is Islam. And the Muslim, they are coming after us, says, you change your book. Now, if I want to read the rest of this page, you will go crazy. So I'm not going to read it. I'm going to post it for you so you can enjoy reading it later for your sexual orientation. Because until now, none of you know anything about sex yet. The only one is expert with the art of sex is the Muhammadan and the Muslim Sunni specifically. Watermelon. And then the conversation here continue. It says, well, it seemed that Nasibi, this is how the Shia, they call the Muslim Sunni, Nasibi logic, have sex with any women as one can afford is utterly immoral. So this is what the Muslim believe actually. Having sex with as many women as you can, as long you can afford. You see it? Prostitution, this is Islam. And then, but having sex with as many watermelon as one can afford is not. Based on this, let us ask him some questions about ahkam related, ahkam mean rules related to having sex with watermelon. Are there any conditions as the age of the watermelon? This is a good question. She's young, she's old, she is virgin. So should we look for like certain age? For example, is it allowed to perform marriage with the intent of divorce with a newly grown watermelon? Or must one wait until the watermelon is 9 years old? I mean, do you see the mockery? This is religion. Both of them, they believe in the same garbage, by the way. This is the truth. Muhammad, he married Aisha at the age of 6. He was molesting her until the age of 9. At the age of 9, he did boom boom. So this guy is asking the Sunni, so shall we wait for the watermelon to become in the age of intercourse? Here he asks, must it be a biased watermelon, or it is permissible to contract marriage with intent of divorce with watermelon that is known to get around? Sound like you are lying about watermelon? You know, Ant, I think you chose your name for a reason. I think there's an ant in your pant. I'm showing the reference, you donkey. I'm showing the website. I'm showing the Shia website. And sound you are lying about the watermelon. Don't get married. Your wife, she will leave you second day. Sound you are lying about watermelon, okay? But so, I'm reading the screen. This is your website. I mean, do you see the stupidity of these people? I'm showing them what is written in their website. And then they say to me, sound you are lying about watermelon, okay? You sound you are lying. It's a lie. It's not true. You're lying. We Muslim, we like watermelon. We don't have sex with them. We respect them. We protect them, actually. Actually, in the Middle East, we have nothing out for orphan watermelon, brother. And not only that, brother. We don't allow anyone to kiss them. We don't allow anyone to touch them, even if their ass is so red, brother. And Ant said to us, you know, Ant, like, you know, you sound like you're lying. I mean, I don't know. I show them the websites. I show them their reference. We show them, this is your website. And then they say to me, you're lying. How you can deal with this? Yeah, exactly. There's an ant in your pant. All right, this is why they keep moving. May a biased brother share his watermelon with another biased brother? Like, can we share the same watermelon around? I mean, look at the conversation. And they say, hey, by the way, is the text clear? You see, I returned to the old method of broadcast because I think this is way better than, you know, that one is confusing. It's hard to deal with. I mean, this is easier, you know. And I will find a way for taking calls later. We will see. If I have to use Skype, I will use Skype. But I will not use Skype again, the one I used to use, the Debate TV. Forget about that one, because I've had like 20,000, I don't know, 30,000 users, I don't know, maybe 100,000 people texting me there, adding me, and it's really hard to deal with that one. So I will start afresh, and maybe after a few years too, we will delete it too. Guys, you know, I'm single, and I have to be honest with you. I'm thinking about buying watermelons. I mean, you cannot resist the temptation. having sex with the statues? Dough? With what? Piece of dough? You cannot trust Abdul even with the bread? Bread? You leave him with watermelon, he if it. You leave him with the bread, he if it. Leather skin? Statues? You take him, don't take him to Rome. What happened to this Abdul when he arrived first time to Rome? There's statues everywhere. He will have sex with the statues of Caesar. He will be holding Caesar from his behind, and they will say to him, what are you doing, man? Is that how much you love him? As statues? You take a Muslim to the museum, he will paint every statue with his sperm. And then, you know, the conversation continue here. It's getting more educated. The education is getting more like more deep. So let us remember the word of Dr. Salama quoted in the beginning of his book. So this guy is writing against the Shia. Muta, on the other hand, is an open license for sexual pleasure with as many women as one can financially afford. The women who engaged in muta are hired women. Thus, it can be performed with all women irrespective of their age, character, conduct, or religion. It requires no witnesses, nor it is there any obligation on man part to provide food and shelter for the women. And here we ask yourself, as long this is how bad the muta is, so how the Quran allow it? Do you see the hypocrisy? Your Muslim friend, he said he do not know about watermelon. Did your Muslim friend, do you know that you are an ant? Huh? Do you knew that? Be careful. I think they are going to have sexual intercourse even with ants. CP closes Skype because he is a coward. My Skype is open for the last 20 years. Where you been, Potato Fifi? And you know what? I can open it for you if you bring me the real Fifi. Just get lost, son of Muta. My Skype is open for the last 20 years. Where you been, Potato? And by the way, it's still open. I can open it now. Do you want to play? Do you have watermelon with you? Do you have a hole in it? Or I make a hole? What a coward, son of Muta. I challenge Christian Prince to debate me face to face. You face to face, ass to ass, you coward. All what you need to do is just call me. I mean, even if Ultimate Fraud can call me, who is left? This is how easy it is. Yeah, no exaggeration, 20 years. Do you know how long I'm fighting this garbage cult? Since the internet started. No exaggeration. I have a video of me in played in the Iranian government TV. They made a program about Islamophobia. Look who is talking about the phobia. And from all the internet, they could not find anyone present the Islamophobia better than Christian Prince. In the TV of the mullahs of Iran, the official government. And for me, I did not hear about it. Then somebody says to me, did you see your video in the government of Iran? And you will find at that time I was using a camera to record my screen. Not like now, it's easy, there's live streaming, you know. No, it was very hard job, and you convert the file, and then we have the DSL connection, which is so slow, and you lose connection, and you try to load the file again, and the file cannot be loaded. It was horrible. Not like now. I mean, things changed very huge. And at that time too, we don't have even English translation. I have to show everything in Arabic. All those websites are new. So let's continue here. And here the Nasibi, which is a Sunni, maybe we should call them Nasibi from now on. It seemed that they can have sex with as many women as one can afford, is utterly immoral, but having sex with many watermelon. So now the whole discussion is about a Muslim Shia. They can have sex with as many they can afford. But isn't it the truth is that the Muslim Sunni, they do the same? If there is a limit how many women you can have sex with in Islamic Sunni religion, there's no limit. You can have 4 at the same time, but you can divorce those 4 every 2 seconds if you want. And you can replace them with other 2, 4. And I think it's time to block you. Your friend, he told you? Okay. I want you to go and sit with your friend. You're acting like a child, so I have no time to see your text. My friend told you that it's not true. Okay. Let's see. Example of Sunni morality. A Salafi woman, which means Sunni women, she can suckle a Salafi man with a beard. And actually, I have to admit, I like this. You know, I like hunting, shooting, hiking, and I'm not going to talk about the last one. Let us read. Salafi women can suckle a Salafi man with a beard. By the way, I'm Salafi, and I have a beard. So I'm ready. I have all the requirement and the qualification. And then the Muslim, they come to us and they say, your Bible is corrupt. I mean, do you see the stupidity, all the garbage we see in front of us? For me, by the way, I don't like to accuse the Quran to be corrupted. The reason is, if we keep saying that, the Muslims by time, they will agree. They will find that this is the only way to can escape the reality that Muhammad is a false prophet. Because then they will say, see, okay, the Quran have mistakes and stupid things in it because the Quran is corrupted. But the original Quran was true Quran. We don't want to go there. We don't want to go there. I want to keep the Quran to be protected. So this is the Quran which is protected. And those are the verses of Allah. And the verses of Allah is so clear saying that Allah is a fool. He entrusted the Jews to protect the book. How God can be God, yet his trust was a foolish trust. How the Muslim, they say Allah, he knew the future, but he could not recognize that he is giving the wrong trust to the wrong people. Otherwise, we can show tons of reference and proofs that the Quran changed. There's a book of an Imam, big scholar. His name is As-Suyuti. As-Suyuti. He have endless number of quotation. He put them in his book to make it easier for people to see. Of reference about the Quran being lost and corrupt. And when the Muslim, they try to defend, let me show you an example of the defense. Here it says that Ibn Abi Ka'b, a man his name, and Abi Ibn Ka'b, he says, how many, the chapter of Al-Ahzab. This is the same chapter I speak about, you can do work as a pimp, if you remember. He said, what we read now is about 70 something verses. And then he continues saying, and I did read it with the Prophet of Allah, equal size to the chapter of the cow, even longer. And in it was the verses of stoning to death, ar-rajm. And then here it says, and this is lead us to understand that the chapter of Ahzab was a very big chapter, the same as the cow, but most of it is abrogated. You see how they try to now, so it's abrogated. If we go right now to the chapter of Ahzab, this is a chapter 33. Let us go to the end. Look how long it is, 73 verses. 73, the last one is 73. See it? Okay, wonderful. We just saw that the chapter of Al-Ahzab used to be equal to the cow chapter and even longer. Let us go to the cow chapter. Chapter number 2. And again we go to the last verse. This is the longest chapter in the Quran. Look how long it is. Very big. So look what happened now. How many verses this chapter is? Is 286. 286. How many is Al-Ahzab now? Let us go to the other one. 73. So did you notice how many are lost? And then the Muslim, every one of them, he tried to fix it. Some they say, oh, most of it is abrogated, like even if it's abrogated, where it is. Then they say to you, oh, don't you know that the Quran there's a 3 kind of abrogation? One of them is abrogation of recitation. Why you abrogate recitation? If you abrogate the rule, and how in the world are you saying to me there was more than 200 verses, all of them about rules, and they are abrogated in one chapter? So this God, he made 200 verses and he ripped them apart and he says, don't show me where it says that. If we calculate 286 minus 73, there's 213 verses missing in one chapter. Just in one chapter. Just in one chapter. 213. And how the Muslim, they try to fix it? They say Allah knows best. We can go to different hadith. Actually, there's a verse in the Quran. You see, the Muslim, they say is the Quran preserved and blah blah. You know, we laugh, you know, but and for me, as I said, I'm not interested to prove it not to be preserved. But I'm sharing education with you, so in case you need it, you use it. If you remember, there's a verse in the Quran. If you go to the video of this potato Uthman, he says the Quran preserved word by word, right? Just to show you a very clear proof. Chapter 36, verse number 38. So guys, by the way, which one is better, the previous broadcast or this one as a screen and sound? I think this one is better, right? I think this one is way better, is more clear, the screen is easy to see. You know, that's why I'm back to it. So, do you see what the verse is saying? The verse saying, the sun run to its course. Say his course. I mean, have you ever heard of such? The sun runs his course. What kind of translation? What the heck is that? Let us go different translator. The sun became his now? His course? And the sun runneth and on into a resting place for him. Change the translator. I mean, what the heck is this? What those people are I mean, are they using like software to translate? Look like it. And the sun runs on its fixed course for a term. Okay. So does it say it run or it says it doesn't run? Somebody help me. Does it say it run to a fixed course or it says it doesn't run to a fixed course? This is a very important reference. I'm going to share it with you and I want all of you to save it. So, and the sun runs on its fixed course. So this is what the Quran we have in front of us, it says. Let us go to Ibn Kathir. Ibn Kathir. I need to find, because you know I did format my computer, so I need to find the page of Ibn Kathir. What this page is here now? What happened? Okay, Ibn Kathir. Ibn Kathir. All right. We found the website that is added to the bar. So we don't need to look for it next time. All right. So in Ibn Kathir, let us show you. Oh, we closed the page by mistake. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right. So this is Ibn Kathir. Let us put it on the screen again. Chapter 36. We go to 38. I want you to take reference. I will post the link for you. Ibn Kathir is saying exactly what we were saying in that Quran. In the Quran they have now, the popular Quran, let us say, because there's many Quran. And the sun runs into a fixed course. So it says the same, nothing changed. All right. Let us go down a little bit. And look what it says. And the sun runs with no fixed course for a term. Do you see it? Do you see the opposite? Guys, did you see the opposite? So Ibn Kathir is reporting two recitation of the Quran. One is saying the sun runs to a fixed course, and the other one saying, and the sun runs with no fixed course for a term. How that can be? How both of them can be exist? Go back a little bit, huh? Up, a little bit, on its fixed course for a term. So the sun run to fixed course. Its fixed course beneath the throne. That's what it says. And the sun runs into a fixed course for a term. Okay. We go down a little bit. It says, other recitation, وَالشَّمْسُ تَجْرِي لَا مُسْتَقَرَّ لَا. You see the word la here? La mean no. No. Settle in place for it. And that changed everything. See, the Muslim, they lie, they say that the Quran is sent down in 7 recitation, and they are not really different Quran, it's just different dialect. But this is not a dialect. This is the same dialect of Quraysh. Nothing changed. And the word la means there's no fixed course. And that is totally the opposite of the same verse which is in the Quran of Saudi Arabia today. So which one of them is true? This is an example of their lies, because it cannot be both. You see, they cannot say this is metaphorical. This is about the movement of the sun. And Ibn Kathir, he explained the Prophet was riding his donkey, and he have a guy behind him, because you cannot sit in front of Muhammad. Remember, his private part is always busy. He's a prophet. Come on. So when he was sitting behind the Prophet asked him, do you know where the sun goes? Abu Dhar means the father of the ants. Do you know where the sun set? I said, Allah and his messengers knows best. He said, it set under the throne of Allah. It goes and prostrates itself beneath Allah's throne. And this is additional proof that Muhammad is a fraud, because he think that the sun is moving every day from point A to point B, and point B is under the ass of Allah. May Allah ask you, Abdul. But now the problem is bigger, because in the Quran, which we showed you in the other website, it says, وَالشَّمْسُ تَجْرِي لِمُسْتَقَرٍ لَهَا, and the sun runs into a fixed course. So it runs to a fixed course. But there is other reading for the Quran, which Muslim cannot dispute, says the opposite. وَالشَّمْسُ تَجْرِي لَا مُسْتَقَرَّ لَهَا, and the sun runs with no fixed course for a term. How we can fix that? I think all the watermelon in the world, they cannot fix this hole, which is a hole in the narrative. Do you remember Mr. Hole in the narrative? How big this hole is? Do the sun runs to a fixed course, or the sun does not run for a fixed course? How both recitation can be true? And why they lie to us, they say it's just different dialect. Yeah, all the closer friend of Muhammad, they are father of something, you know. So the Abu Dhar is the father of the ant, Abu Hurairah the father of the cats, Muhammad, his last name is dog, Kilab, his wife the daughter of Jahish, which mean donkey. It's a zoo. Do we have any Muslim here have an objection? If you have an objection, don't forget to object, because that would make you Muslim. We believe without understanding. I object. You object what? I don't know, whatever you say. But it's not me who's saying that. This is Ibn Kathir. I don't object. I don't care Ibn Kathir. What Ibn Kathir? Ibn Kathir is a Jew. Actually, there's a proof that he was a Hindu. He's a Hindu from Brazil. All Brazil are Hindus, you know, they are Hindu, like, you know, the thing. Abdul, do you know where is Brazil? Yes, Brazil, I know where is Brazil. It's in the Zimbabwe. This is where the Amazon coming, and there's the Nile River, and there is Euphrates. What the heck? All of those things is in Zimbabwe? Are you sure? Yeah, absolutely, I'm sure. You see, in the old days, when I debate Muslims, if you notice, I used to say, are you sure? These days, I'm not using this word no more. Did you ask yourself why? Because I noticed the second I say to Abdul, are you sure? He knew that he is going to have a big poo-poo. So they hang up, So I stopped using that word because now he knew that it's time to be spanked. So I stopped using it, like, are you sure? And then Abdul, he says, yeah, absolutely, I'm sure. Why you are keep repeating, huh? But now they learn that when I say that word, it's mean an earthquake. It's better to flee. So they hang up and they leave. So I stop using the are you sure? So Muslims, are you sure that the sun does not run to a fixed course, or it to a fixed course? Anyone? And if you are laughing about my geography, I'm just learning from Prophet Muhammad. You see, Prophet Muhammad, he went to heaven, and he found in the heaven of Allah, up in the sky, brother, in the sky. That Sihan wa Jihan and Nile and Euphrates are in heaven, in the sky. You don't believe it? Read it. The guy, he went to seven heaven in the top of a flying donkey. And what he discovered? He discovered that Sihan wa Jihan, the Nile River and Euphrates, they are coming from under the tree of Allah. And then you ask yourself, did Muhammad really go to heaven, or he went to Ethiopia? And Nile River is in Ethiopia, and Euphrates in the north of Syria, south of Turkey. How that happen? And Sihan and Jihan is the same. Any Abdul can tell us what happened? Did Muhammad he go to really to the heaven or Ethiopia? And then, by the way, this is explain why Muhammad. You see, remember the story? There's a chapter in the Quran. It's called the chapter of the genie. The chapter of the genie. The funny, the Muslims, they say nobody can make Quran like Allah. And then you find the chapter of the genie. All the conversation is the genie talking. But anyway, if you remember, once upon a time, the Prophet was traveling. He found a group of black people. In Arabic, they call them az-zut, very dark, with very dark black. And brothers and sisters, do you know what those black guys did to the Prophet? They start riding him. So I am thinking, maybe since Muhammad he went to Euphrates, and where the Nile River is coming from, I think this is where he met those black people, and they were naked, and they were riding Muhammad all day long. All day long. And let me give you the reference, so you can use Google Translation, peace be upon him. Just open it in browser of Google, and you can click at Google Translation, and you will find the reference. A bunch of black guys, they were riding Prophet Muhammad all day long, to the point at the end of the day he cannot move. And it says rakibu. You know rakibu? Oh boy, I have to use my art now. You guys, why you are doing that to me? I mean, you are forcing me to use my skills against my will. I mean, come on. That's not even fair. See, I mean, why they do that to me? Why? Is that because I'm like an Arab and I'm very like kind and nice, you know? So rakibu, let us draw it for you. Draw it. I know, all of you. You cannot wait to see my drawing. I'm born gifted, by the way. Since I was a kid, I was like 1 day old. You know, my mom, she told me, like, I took the, my dad, he have a B7, and I took it and I shoot and I start drawing in the sky with the B7, you know. So like I'm artist since born, you know. Since I was born, I was, alhamdulillah, I was born artistic. And this is a true story. If you don't guess, you don't believe me. And who cares if you believe me or not anyway. So this is a Prophet Muhammad. In order to ride him, he have to go in his four, in his legs and his feet. And the guys, those African guys, according to the story, the one I gave you in the website, they were riding him. I don't know how many of them they were riding him in the same time. This is one of them, his legs is down. This is the second one. The Prophet is strong, by the way. I mean, come on. The guy, he can have 6, like he have the power of 40 men, so he can imagine how many he can handle. So the hadith says in the reference we gave you, they were riding the Prophet, a group of azot, which is very black people, all day long. The first time I did read this, I asked myself, how in the world this can be happening? And how in the world that the Muslim, they say, they filter anything is insulting to the Prophet. Remember, when the Muslim wrote the books about Muhammad, they said, like Ibn Ishaq, he said that anything is not suitable to be written, I took it off. So this is after the filtration. A group of black men, they rode Muhammad all day long, and they were naked. They were what? They were wearing no clothing. And this is the reference in front of you. The book of Musnad Imam Ahmad. Let me use Google translation. Volume number 1, page number 399. And here you see the story from the authority of Abdullah ibn Mas'ud. This guy, he claimed that he was with the Prophet of Islam when this has happened. So there's a group of black people. Let's see if the translation will come right. You see, they were wearing no clothes on them. Yeah, the translation is silly. It's not really right, you know. But what you can do, I mean, we have to use Google. Maybe the best is to copy the text like line by line and translate, because sometimes when you put the whole page together, the translation come weird. But let's see where it says they were riding him all day long. Look what it says here. This person, he was terrified, the companion of Muhammad, and he wrote the Quran, by the way. This guy is a Quran writer, or he is a reciter for the Quran. They were riding Muhammad all the way since the morning until night. And then the Prophet, he messenger, he came back. Look what happened. The messenger came back, and he was in pain because they rode him all night and all day, or all day. where it says that they rode him. I'm trying just to read this stupid translation. It is, he came with heavy pain. Here we go. So the messenger of Allah, he came with heavy pain. Almost he cannot even move, because they rode him all day. And for sure, translation, as I said, is coming horrible. The best way is to take the text, like few lines at the same time, and pause them in Google one by one. I think that is the best way to get a translation. So anyway, when the Muslims, they say, this is the same guy as I blocked, he is just a troll. He called himself a princess now. He was a guy, he became a female by the power of Allah. Well, I hope they will road you, you know. Just go to the Nile River and you get what you deserve. So when somebody, he says to you the Bible is corrupt, don't defend it. Say to him the Bible of Allah is corrupt. Let everybody laugh. The second you say that to a Muslim, the Muslim, he will change his mind, he will change the topic, he don't want to talk about it no more. When a Muhammadan, he says that the Christians and the Jews, they changed the word of Allah. The Quran in chapter 6 verse number 34, chapter 10 verse number 64 says it clearly, nobody can alter the word of Allah. And this message was about messengers who came before Muhammad. So how the Quran says nobody can change the word of Allah, and the Muslim, they say no, you can. And if they say to you this is about the Quran, well, the verse is so clear speaking about messengers before Muhammad. And he did not say the Quran, he says nobody can change the words of Allah. Is the Quran only is the word of Allah, or the gospel and the Torah as Muslim they claim? Then we go to the verses about Allah, he entrusted the Jews. Allah, he entrusted the Jews. To do what? He entrusted the Jews to protect the Torah. Was Allah aware that his trust is stupid? So if Allah is the one who made such a mistake, is that a mistake? Muslims, is that a mistake or a bad, is that a bad decision, a mistake, a wise decision? Somebody tell me. Allah trusted the Jews to protect the Torah. He trusted specifically the rabbis and the doctors, the high scholars. Did Allah make the right decision? Any Muslim can help? The word trust is very clear. Mean he have faith that they are good. You trust people only when you have faith, you believe them. You believe they are good. When you trust somebody, you give him your money. You go to the bank, you give them the money. You're not even worried about it. Why? Because you trust that your money is safe. But if that is not the case, if you want to give it to your neighbor, you will be worried about your neighbor taking the money and never show up again. My friend, Barahuta, why you have to repeat the same thing 1,000 times? We saw it. Come on. I mean, at least say something useful. So when Allah, he say he entrusted, what about you make a comment about what I'm saying instead of repeating the same thing? You know why the Muslim says the Bible is not changed? Because we don't have 4 wives. Say something useful. Allah, he trusted. Allah, he made a bad decision or good decision, Muslims? So take this note, chapter 5, verse number, here we go, before on the screen, 44. 44. How the stupid Allah he trust the Jews to protect his book? Do Allah knew the future? If Allah he knew the future and then he says he trusted them, that means his future was not right. His vision of the future is false. Allah do not know the future. Do we have any Abdul? Anyone have a question before we finish for today? You see, because we have too many production, not too many people are joining. It's okay. You know, I can slow down. I'd like, you know, maybe don't do video tomorrow, but I prefer to do more, even if there is not enough people watching. You know, doing the right thing is always a good thing. And I hope people will learn, people will take notes, and they will learn. He does entrust just means you gave them the responsibility for a test. Somalia. I don't know. This is an answer of somebody who have a mental illness. Let me tell you why. Guys, Somalia, he have the answer for you. We have the answer. Let me show you what he said. The answer is right there, right clear, you know. Like, I mean, come on, you cannot deny it. So look what he said. He does entrust just means you gave them the responsibility for a test between two brackets and they failed. But you know that when you use certain word, that word have a meaning. You cannot say it means. It just means. Trust is a trust. There's a billion word in Arabic can be used to describe what you are saying. And you Muslim, you claim that the Quran is a perfect Arabic. So how when the word Allah is using the wrong word if you want to say something else? If Allah he meant what you are saying, he shall not use entrust. And when you say for a test, this is the most stupid test because Allah is risking his book. You see, it is my responsibility as God, not as they are Jews. Jews are people, they are a human. Isn't it the Quran confirm that all human are sinners? How you trust a sinner? You do not need to test. Human beings fail always. Did Allah trust the Muslims in the protection of the Quran? Give me the answer. If Allah trusted the Jews as a test, well, he should give the Quran to be trusted to the Muslims. Look what the Quran says. And this is why the Muslims did not collect the Quran. The Quran says, Inna alayna jam'uhu wa Qur'anahu. It is on us to collect it and recite in it. It's not on you. Chapter 75, verse number 17. It is for us to collect it. It's for us to recite it. You see here they add Muhammad, that's false. There's no Muhammad there. So the Quran making it clear that the one who will collect the book is Allah. Muslims, who is the one who collected the book? Any Muslim can answer? Who is a Muslim can answer us? Who is the one who collected the Quran? Was it Allah or Muslims, including Uthman, who burned the other Quran? Who is a Muslim? He have little dignity to answer. Did Allah keep his promise to collect the Quran? Thom, I just gave you the reference. You are asking for tafsir. Tafsir, they will quote this book. They will quote Ibn Mas'ud. Ibn Mas'ud is a companion of the Prophet, the false prophet. So what do you mean tafsir? This is more important than tafsir book. Any Muslim can answer me. Who is the one who collected the Quran? So now we trust the Quran that Allah, He said that I will collect the Quran. Did Allah keep His promise to collect the Quran? Any Muhammadan? Did Allah keep His promise to collect the Quran? All of us, we knew that the Muslims, they start collecting the Quran after Muhammad's death. All of us, we knew that Uthman ibn Affan, he burned the Quran. He burned many Quran. And this is the weird. The Muslim, they say that if you burn the Quran, that's haram, and they will go crazy. But the first one who burned the Quran is Uthman. So it is the Muslims who collected the Quran. And there was many Quran to the point they start burning them. And until now, there's many Quran. So when Allah, He says, it is on us to collect it. Us who? Who is a Muslim want to help us? My friend Yaakov, didn't you see I have a topic? I just started answering something. Just wait. Who is a Muslim can answer? It is on us to collect the Quran. Who is talking and who is us? And did Allah collect the Quran? So do you see how the Quran failed its own promise? How you Muslim, you claim that the Quran is protected, and then the Quran is a promise to be collected by Allah, not by you. Who of you Muslims can tell me where we can find the Quran which is collected by Allah? Any Muhammadan? So do you see how Islam created a test, and always Islam failed its own test? So Allah, He entrusted the Jews, and the word trust means trust. It's not a test. And if you say to me it's a test, well, that's mean Allah, He do not know the result of the test, because He used the word entrust. So His trust was false. Same time, if Allah, He knew that the Jews are going to corrupt the book, and yet He entrusted the Jews to protect the book, that means Allah intentionally decided to corrupt His own book. Do you understand? If I know that by giving you this book, and I trust you to protect the book, and I am God who can see tomorrow, I can see the future, and I know that you will corrupt the book, is it that means that I'm a partner of the corruption, and I am the one who allow it, and actually I'm the one who planned for it? So do you see how stupid the whole thing here? If you ask the Muslims, can the corruption of the Quran or the Torah or the Gospel can happen without permission of Allah? What the Muslim they will say? They will say everything is by permission of Allah. Everything. Therefore, if there is any corruption happen, it was Allah Who did it? Allah is Satan. And who is going to hurt more or get hurt more than the one who corrupt his own book? You see, I have my books. Somebody, he added something into it. Who is the first one who is going to be unhappy with that? Me. This is not what I say. And if I give a book and I convince people that this is a book of God, and then I allow people to play with my book, and I am God, now I am misleading generations by allowing it to happen. Why? Because those people, whoever come after those people who corrupted the book, well, they believe. They are victims. They believe in the corrupted book, but for them it's not corrupted. Additional to that, why the Christians, when they come after the Jews and the disciple of Jesus, did not say that the Torah is corrupted? Why they accept it? Why the Christianity now they accept it? The story is very simple. Muhammad, he could not find any proof of himself. Hamoud saying, why it does matter to you? You will simply deny our answer. Let me ask you, my friend, what do you mean why it's a matter for you? You Muslims keep saying that the book of Allah, the Torah, is corrupted. The book of Allah is the Injil, is corrupted. I had to take an opportunity and to laugh at the Quran and the founder of the Quran. Because if Allah, he sent a book, and then Allah, he trusted the Jews to protect the book, and then Allah, he decided not to protect the book, and then you, because of your foolishness, to come to me speaking about my book, when the whole Quran keeps saying this is the book of Allah. So we should laugh at who? We should laugh at Allah. Look what you say. You will simply deny our answer. Who, you know, I'm not waiting for your answer. We are laughing. Can you answer anyway? Allah trusted the Jews. Can you answer? You cannot. Let me ask you, why, if Jesus is God, his apostle turned him? He failed as a teacher. He failed as God in your book. This is the most stupid answer. I'm just showing you now. Here we go. Your God, Allah, he entrusted the Jews. They failed him. Jesus trusted nobody. Jesus even told the one who will deny him, you will deny me. He told the one, you will betray me, you will betray me. Your God, he trusted, and then they gave him a finger. Jesus told the guy who is going to betray him, you will betray me. It wasn't a surprise. Christian, is that correct? Is it true that Jesus, before those things happened, he told his disciple, each one of them, what he will do? Each one of them. So when we laugh, we are laughing at a religion. There's a God, he sent a book, and then he don't want to protect his book. What's wrong with this God? So when you Muslim, you say the Bible is corrupted, we have to laugh, because this is supposed to be the book of Allah. Your God is mentally ill. He sent the book and he decided to let the book go. Why? And not only that, if the Torah was corrupted, how many years Allah, he waited to send somebody to tell us? Was your God Allah taking a nap? The Christian, the Muslim, they say that the one who corrupted the Bible is Paul. Wonderful. So Allah, he waited 600 years. And then even when Muhammad, he said, not a single time he mentioned Paul. Actually, the opposite. If you go to chapter 36, it says that there's 3 messengers that went to the city of Antioch, and those are the messengers of Jesus. They are messengers of who? Of Jesus. Allah He sent, the verse is so clear. Allah He sendeth two messengers first, and they rejected both of them, and they accused them to be liars. Then Allah He strengthened them with the third messenger. If we go and read Ibn Kathir or many Islamic books, we will find that the third messenger is Paul. Is Paul. And not only that, the Muslims books agree that Paul, he saw Jesus, and even Jesus, he made him blind. Shall we go to Ibn Kathir right now and we laugh? But every single Muslim, he says that Paul is the one who corrupted the Bible. But their stupid book says the opposite. Their stupid book says that Paul was a person who hated the Christians. He wanted to kill them. So the Messiah, he appeared to him in the way to Damascus. And then he turned to be blind. And then Paul, he prayed to the Messiah, asking for forgiveness. And then the Messiah, he forgave him, and he gave him his vision again. Shall we go and read? Let us go to the English version of Ibn Kathir, which is not the same as the Arabic one. Chapter 36, verse number 14. And the Muslim, they will say, CP, this is the hadith, the narration of the story is da'if. The Mimi Hijab, it's fabricated. You remember Mimi Hijab when he spoke to me? He started reading this one, I was reading a different book. I said, you eat it. I'm quoting a different book now. My God, he denied man to betray him. You have to prove it. It's your God who denied man to betray him. Isn't it you Muslims? You believe that everything in Islam is destiny? Look, just to show you how stupid this cult is. A Muslim is complaining about destiny. Now you deserve to be banned. Don't come here again. I have no time for kids. Isn't it you, stupid Abdul, believe that everything is destiny of Allah? Your bad deed and your good deed is a destiny? Isn't it you, Muslims? You believe that Adam, when he commits sin, it was written in the book of Allah. He destined his fate 40 years before he created him? There's no destiny in the Bible. The only destiny in the Bible is there's heaven and hell. You can't choose third option, if we can call it destiny. But as long as there's a choice between two, it's not destiny. That's why Jesus says, not everyone says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of my Father, but the one who do his will. So if you choose to do your own will, you're free, but you will go to hell, like your prophet. So now let us go to Ibn Kathir and see what Ibn Kathir says about this verse. Let us close those ones. Chapter 14, sorry, chapter 36, verse number 14. Every stupid idiot in the internet, he keep attacking Paul from the Muslims. Then we go to their book, we will find that Paul is a messenger of Allah. And not only he is a messenger of Allah, he is the strongest between them. And he was sent to the city of Antioch. Let us read together. Where is the third one? Read with me carefully. So those messengers, they were sent to where? To the city, to the people of Antioch. Is that making ringing a bell for you? And they were the messengers of the Messiah. Now they are saying here, the Christian, they claim So we cannot take it serious, the Christian claim. But it says here, actually, this is the view of Abu Potato, not the Christians. So he agree. This was his view. And then we continue. Let us try to find who are they, those three. Read carefully. So we reinforce them with the third. Meaning, this is now Ibn Kathir. We supported them and we string them with the third messenger. Ibn Jurayj narrated from Wahab ibn Sulaiman, from Shu'aib al-Jabi. The name of the first two is Sham'un, Simon, and the second one is Yohanna, John, and the name of the third is Bulos, which means Paul, and the city was Antioch. Do you see it? Do you see it, people? Do you see why we Arab Christian we laugh at this religion? In their TV they insult Paul. In their book they say Paul was a messenger of God. But look what happened now. Anyone knows what is the consequence of this stupid statement now? If Paul and John and Simon Peter, they are the messenger of God, but who is the one who sent them? Who is the one who sent them? This is Jesus. Is that correct? So how they are the messenger of God and Jesus is a prophet? Prophet cannot make you a messenger. He himself is a messenger. He don't have the authority to make you a prophet or a messenger. And the chapter there is speaking about those people doing miracles. They are doing miracles. So in order for those three to be the messengers sent by Jesus, Jesus have to be God. And not only that, do you see how important those names are? That's mean whatever John and Peter and Paul said is very authentic, for they are chosen by God. And do you see that the Muslims agree that they were sent to the city of Antioch? Muhammad is copying the Bible. And this is where the Christian were called a Christian for the first time. Well, the Muslim, when they say that preserve, it's mean word by word. But as you see, this is a lie. Even the Quran itself saying it clearly that the Quran is not preserved. The Quran itself saying that. How is that? Here we go. Read and laugh. Chapter 2, verse 106 says that Allah make the Muslim forget the Quran. And Allah will make the Muslim forget the Quran so he can send a better Quran or similar Quran. And this is why this happened, because Muhammad, he cannot remember to recite the verses twice correctly. So in order to give himself excuse, he said, don't worry. If Allah, look at the first translation, if we supersede any verses, why Allah want to supersede any verses? Or cause it to be forgotten? Why Allah want to cause the Quran to be forgotten? I mean, have you ever heard of somebody, he sent a book and he caused you to forget his book? Imagine Jesus, he says something today in the morning, and at night he says to you, forget it. Can you believe it? And not only that, he asks you to forget it, and he says to you, I'm going to make something similar for you. Have you ever heard of a stupid thing like this? So you have a house from 3 bedroom. Allah, he will burn it for you. And Allah will say to you, I will build something similar. So why you destroy the first house if the second house would be the same? And there's more garbage in this verse. This verse, by the way, is a priceless. And for very one word is a priceless. Do you see the word better? Do you see it? How in the world that there is a God, he can write better book than his book? Do you understand what I'm trying to say to you? Supposedly Allah is God, and the one is talking is Allah. Okay, wonderful. How in the world Allah is going to write a book better than his book? Anyone can explain? The word better mean that Allah, he admit that his Quran is worse and there is better. And then you ask yourself, was Allah in the state of non-perfection when he wrote the first book? Do you understand what I'm saying? This is a chapter 2 verse 106. If there is better, Allah is the one who's talking. This is the, and you see, this is why when the Muslims say the Quran is preserved, I like that, because then we can laugh more. The Muslim, they cannot say this is wrong, somebody added. No, it's preserved. I love it. But this is alone to prove to me that this is cannot be from God. Can Allah speak better than Allah? Can Allah write better than Allah? If Allah is the one who made the first Quran, how Allah is going to make better Quran than the first Quran? This is why we say Islam is laughable. Cannot be God speaking. This is stupid. You know, this is a guy saying stupid things. You see, I can say to you, I will write a better book than my previous book, which means I will give it more effort, I will study harder, I will research more, try to give more reference. It can happen because a human being can improve himself, and you know, he gets smarter, or more education, or more skills in writing. But we are talking about the perfect God. So if this is the scenario that Allah is going to write a book better than the previous book, that means Allah was not perfect when he wrote his first book. And he is not going to write a perfect book tomorrow too. Why? Because it is just better. Not the best. Better is a word you use to elevate one upon the other one. Is that correct? That means the first Quran was not equal to the better Quran. Then how in the world Allah he wrote a Quran which is not good? This is why we laugh. Can you show proof for only one God? Why only one? Big Shama, my friend, I don't care really if the God is 1 or 2 or 5 or 7. That is not really will make any difference. Show you a proof about what? If there is somebody believe in 7 gods, 10 gods, 20 gods, and they all exist, then he's right and you are wrong. So when people like, you know, Muslims, they focus too much about the number, like one God. We believe in one God, and he think when he says such a word, like he is a supreme, he is strong in the position. For me, it is laughable, because it doesn't matter really if it's 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 or 7 or whatever. If they are exist, they are exist. Can I change the number? Guys, do you understand what I'm saying? We don't accept God because he's 1. What if he's 7? What if there's a million God? We don't have a choice to, they are God. The question is, are they true or not? And I think our friend here is a Hindu. So this is not the challenge for any one of us, because who care about the number? Numbers doesn't make you better, less or more. God have a qualification, and his first qualification is his ability. So if you can bring me a million God, and they can create universe like this, and they can create humans and animals and trees, well, they are God then. So the challenge a human being he face is not about the numbers of God. Like you as a Hindu, as I heard Sadhguru, he said that Hindus, they believe they have a 35 million God. 35 million. The number for me is weird, and like why they stop with number 35, but you can say the same, why you stop number 1. But it's not really the number. What will make the God of Hinduism is false. It is the belief itself. Like you have a temple for rats, you have things doesn't make sense, like in reincarnation, the good person, if you are a bad person, you will come as a bad animal. There's a bad animal and good animal. Animal is an animal. And then we find that there's Hindus, they worship gods who they are rats. A god become a rat. I thought if you have a good karma, you will turn to be a better creature. So how God become a rat? So when we reject Hinduism, we don't reject it because of the 35 million God, but we reject it because nothing makes sense there. The vegetarian, the vegetation, and etc. Like, do you know that even plants are not vegetarian? Do you know that? Even plants, they eat beef. If you don't believe me, get some meat and bury it under your tomato, and you will see how the tomato will go crazy, how the plant will flourish. So Hinduism is a philosophy, is not really anything except philosophy, and philosophy with no logic. Islam is, on the other hand, I believe it took a lot of things from the Hindus. As an example, a Hindu person, he believes in a bad karma and a good karma, correct? Is that correct? Okay. If a person he is he have a bad karma in life, karma mean action. He will come in the coming life as lower creature. Lower creature. If he is a person have a good karma, he will come in a better creature. Muhammad, he adopted the same teaching of the Hindus. Muhammad believed in reincarnation of a human being from human to animals and from animals to human. Look what Muhammad said. This hadith, we cannot find it in English. Let us find. Let's try to find it in different form. According to Muhammad, let's see. Here we go. According to Muhammad, a person who is a martyr for Allah, he will come back in the heaven. He will live again in the heaven, and he will, his soul will be given the body of a green bird, and those green birds will be living, hanging themselves in the chandelier, and this chandelier is hanged on the throne of Allah. Do you see it? So here you ask yourself, who is the Hindu? The Hindu or Muhammad? Do you see it? Those who they are killed, they are murdered for the sake of Allah. Allah, He will put their spirit in a corpse of a green bird. What they call those green birds in India? Parrot? Oh, this is Hinduism. People, isn't this is Hinduism? And now supposedly Allah is spoiling them, and He made them a green bird. But look what happened. How this guy, he promised them 1,000 times that you will have and you will F millions of women. How he is a bird and there is women waiting for him. Do you see the stupidity? How you promise them that there is a lot of women waiting for you to sleep with them, and then you go to heaven, you find yourself a green bird. How you will sleep with those women? You will use your beak? Kukuruku? So to our friends here who is the Hindu, I say to you, Muhammad obviously is copying from your belief many things, and the proof is right in front of our face. This person, he have a very good action. He died for the sake of Allah. He was getting some Christians, some Jews, and now Allah is going to reward him. Time for the payment. How Allah will reward the Muslim guy who died for his sake? Allah will make him a green bird. Happy ending. And the funny, it says a green bird, maybe a chicken, not necessarily this. Maybe it's a chicken. It can be a chicken is green. It says a green bird. He didn't say what kind of bird. And what this guy will be hanging under the throne of Allah, he will say takbir, 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 hummus, shish kebab, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. What? And this is not a happy ending. So the poor guy, he joined jihad, he joined Al-Qaeda, he joined ISIS, he committed suicide, he lost his life, and then you make him a bird? This is the end? And your wife a guy from Hamas, he died fighting the Jews. He is going to be a bird? So his wife on earth, she is saying, man, my husband now is a green bird. Can you talk to me, honey? Hello, honey. Hey, honey, talk to me. Hello, honey. Hey, Tony, welcome. By the way, if you say hello and I did not answer you, I'm not ignoring you, but you know we have a topic. And as you see, it's very important, the bird. This is the happy ending. You will become a, you know, why Muhammad did not say he will become a dog? I mean, what difference is going to make? It's an animal anyway. And supposedly now the Muslim says, Alhamdulillah, I will be a green bird. What about stay as a human? Which one is better? How this guy is going to drink wine? Isn't it the Quran promised him a river of wine? A green bird drinking wine in a cup. Isn't the Quran promising to drink in a cup? So you are a bird and you are drinking a cup. Isn't it the Quran promise you that you will wear a green silk made in Persia? So now you are a bird and you are wearing green silk? That is messed up. I mean, when Muhammad he made up a lie, his lies hit the sky. They are so high. Hashish, hummus, falafel, I mean, you name it. You don't know what this guy is eating when he say things. And look, Muhammad he insists that they will be hanging on a chandelier. That's deep. Not in a branch. Not. I mean, put him in at least in the wood. Let him have fun. You want to put him now. You made him a bird, and you made him under the eyes of Allah in the chandelier. What about you let the guy go have fun in the heaven? So now for eternity, you are hanged under the eyes of Allah, and Allah is farting on you. Let him go, let him have fun. Now he is a bird. Maybe he will find a spouse, a bird like him, female bird. You know, they are like flirting now. Like, do you like me? Do you? Do you? Do you love me? Do you? Do you? Do you hate me? Bird. And then, brother, look, it says here. Look how the story is getting complicated. Here. It says, in the crops of a green bird. It's not you will be a green bird. You wish. He is using a crops of birds who they are already exist. And he insert your soul inside them. This remind me of hot dog. I told this story before. You know, first time I came to the state, I went to a church, and the guy in the church, very nice people, you know, very friendly. One guy in the church, he wanted to take me around to show me the town. So he said, do you like to eat? It was like noontime almost. I said, yeah, sure, you know, I was hungry. He said, let us eat hot dogs. And I was saying to myself, what he said? Did he say really hot dogs? And I was looking at him, I mean, do this guy really eat dogs? You know? And then I start saying to him, you know what? I'm not really hungry. I will eat later. It's okay. Let us go around and, you know, I will go home soon. You know? He says, what happened a second ago? You said you want to eat, you know? He don't know. I was shocked, you know. He just told me when I eat dogs. I don't want to eat head dogs. I don't want to eat cold cats. I want to eat a green bird. It took me some time to find out that it's hot dogs. I mean, it's very weird. Why you call it hot dogs? If there's no dogs involved. Anyway, you know, this is what happened to you when you are like very knowledgeable in English. So Allah will insert your soul inside a hot dog, a green bird, a crops. And those birds, they are hanged in a lamp suspended from the throne, which go where they wish in paradise. Brother, those birds, they do not need to fly. the chandelier will fly. I mean, what a lazy bird. So you spend your life as a bird, going around in paradise full of Abdul having sex, and you are the only one who is just watching. And the excuse is that Allah now He favor you and He made you a green bird. Somebody give this one to Sadhguru. You know Sadhguru in India? He will love it. He will make a story of it, and he will make himself look smart, you know, because this Sadhguru, he bring a bunch of idiot, and he said, sit down on your ass, relax, close your eyes. Now let the bad energy come out. The bad energy, and by the way, don't forget the donation too, come out. And we have an envelope, you can put the money there. Let the bad energy, and let one of the girls come and take the donation, okay? And let the bad energy come out. And please don't close your eyes when the donation collection is coming, you know, open your eyes to give the money. And relax. And now I want all of you to raise your bum, because this is how you can relax. And now let the bad energy come from your bum. All the negative energy, keep only the positive energy. And don't forget the donation, by the way. And now, and then the guy, he keep talking about accepting each other, being nice to each other, refusing the bad energy. If somebody didn't agree with you, don't get angry. Learn the acceptance. Learn how to suppress the bad energy. I made a video about him 15 minutes after he went to YouTube and he reported me. It turned to be that all the bad energy in the world is in his ass. I mean, at least wait for 20 minutes. 15 minutes. They went to the channel of Sadhguru. They told them that this guy, he made a video against him. He went to YouTube and he reported my video. And he is the guy who spent his day talking about accepting each other. If somebody disagree with you, why you get angry? Because you have an echo inside you. Because you don't want to accept that you can be wrong. Why you get angry? Try to accept even if he is wrong. Because it's possible that he's right. Don't worship the inner inside you. Bad energy is our problem. This is why the Lord, he says, be aware of false teachers. From their fruits you shall know them. Correct? Anyway, I hope you guys, you get happy today, because if you convert to Islam now and you die for the sake of Allah, you will become a bird. And look at not only this, look at this conversation here. Here it says that the Lord looked down at them. Allah, he looked down at those murderers who became bird now. And he said to them, whether they desire anything, they say, look at this, look. They reply, what they could wish when they can go anywhere they like in paradise. If. It looked like only those birds can go, the rest are not. And then he does that with them 3 times. Allah, he repeat the same question 3 times. Look, this is Sadhguru. Sadhguru, he say, what do you like me to do for you? You say, well, what more we want than going everywhere in the paradise? Sadhguru, he is not convinced with the answer. He asks you the same question again. What do you like me to do to you? You say to him again, what more we like to do more than we can go anywhere we like in paradise. He is not convinced. And always all the questions and answers in Islam have to repeat it 3 times. And remember, Islam is against Trinity. But why Allah he have to ask the question 3 times? Allah knows best. So Allah, the 3rd time he asked them the same question. And then when they see that they will not be left alone, like what the heck? Sadhguru is losing his patient. Allah became annoying. Allah keep asking the same question. It's like a radio station. Do you know the Middle Eastern women who bought a CD to make a cake? You know this story? This is a true story, by the way. Sahih Bukhari. She brought a CD teaching her how to make a cake. And then she put it in the stereo, you know, and the CD is playing. It says break an egg. Break an egg. Break an egg. She broke 30 eggs. The CD is still saying break an egg. Break an egg. Break an egg. She called the husband, hurry up, send me more eggs. I will lose counting. He sent her like 2, you know, tray of eggs. Break an egg. Break an egg. Break an egg. Anyway, the end of the story, the CD was stuck and the egg was broken. Allah is a CD who is stuck. Break an egg. Break an egg. Break an egg. And those guys who they are birds in paradise now, they notice that this God is annoying. He will not leave them alone. So when they see that they will not be left alone without asking something, look at this. What kind of heaven this heaven is? This reminds me when I was in the Philippines. I went to a beach. There's nobody there. Literally nobody. I wake up in the morning before people go, you know, and there was a guy. He stood behind me and he started screaming, Balut, Balut, Balut. What the heck? I look at him and hey, buddy, if Balut is here, he would answer a long time ago. I mean, he stood behind me. There's nobody in the whole beach. He said, sir, I'm not looking for a person. Balut is an egg. Do you want to buy some, sir? And this is Allah, Mr. Balut. He keep asking them the same question. And they are now supposedly in heaven. And the beach is empty. And he chased them. He keep asking, no. Tell me, you know, what do you like? What do you like? And Allah, like, come on, Allah, we don't want anything. Just leave us alone, man. But they notice that Allah will not leave them alone. It's like a scam coming to your door. He keep knocking. And then they tell their Lord that they wish him to return their spirit to their body so they will maybe be killed in his path once again. Look at this wish. Anyone understand what happened now? Obviously those guys, they are desperate to leave the heaven. maybe the Muslim, they see it like, yeah, they want to die for the sake of Allah. No, don't you see it says he will not stop until he will not leave them alone? So those Abdul, they are asking Allah, for the sake of Allah, can you give us our body back and throw us in earth again? We don't want your heaven, you idiot. We are willing to die again. Just give us our body and leave us alone. What a stupid religion. Like already you died once, and now you are in heaven, and now you are desperate to leave the heaven. You want, just give me my body. It's okay. You know, I don't want anything from you. Just please give me my body and throw me back. I want to die for you. Don't worry. I want to do jihad for your sake. What kind of comedy is? And who is the stupid fool want to believe in it? Mr. Bird. If you want to know how Osama bin Laden now look like, take a look. Should he look like Osama, to be honest with you? I don't know, somehow. I'm not sure, really. I mean, the mouth, I don't know. He looked a little bit different. There is some. I'm really confused. Maybe it's Osama. I don't know. Oh, this guy, he's not a green. Why green, by the way? I mean, there's a million color in the world. This guy, he's stuck with. Look at this. How beautiful this guy. Why not the red? Oh, look at this guy. What he's doing? What the heck? What he's holding in his hand? Yellow, yellow. You know, the yellow is a special color for the Shia. Anyone knows what is special about it? Who remember? Let us see if you guys remember. Why the yellow color is special for the Shia? Anyone knows? Okay. If you, according to the Shia, if you wear a black shoes, your private part, your penis, will never function. If you wear a yellow shoes, your private part will be like boing, boing, boing. This is why the Shia, they are, like if you go to Baghdad, you will not find anyone buying black shoes unless he's an ignorant. They are the cheapest. But in the same time, who in the world want to wear yellow shoes? And this is the lucky yellow bird. So you can imagine how good he is in bed. I mean, this guy is not only his shoes is yellow, everything about him is yellow. Unbelievable. True story, by the way. Look at this guy here. Yeah, this is a Muslim bird. Takbir. What stupid religion. Yeah, black shoes, they will make you weak in bed, you know. Don't wear black shoes. And you know, I was like saying to myself, what's my problem? What's my problem? What's my problem? And then one day I discovered that all my life I was wearing black shoes. True story. Black shoes will make your oh boy. Are women wearing, you see, they don't talk about women, they talk about men. And like the Shia, they have their own, you know, crazy stuff. Like as an example, if you look at your wife anus and you are having sex with her, your son or your whatever son or daughter will come and mute. She cannot talk or he cannot talk because you look at her anus. You cannot look at her anus. Haram! Haram! Okay? Yeah, they have, you know, the Shia, they have a crazy stuff. If your wife, she is giving you birth only for daughters, you spank her in her ass 7 times when you are having sex, and you say, Ya Ali. Each time you spank her, you say, Oh Ali, oh Ali. Oh, you have to spank hard, by the way, okay? Just to let you know. Then she will give birth to a baby boy. But you remember Muhammad, he said that the one have orgasm first, the baby will be like resemble the. So just according to Muhammad, the Sunni, if you have orgasm first, the baby will be a boy like you if you're a man, or will be a girl like you if you are a female. Just have orgasm first. Yeah, but this is like the spanking is a good one, you know, like your wife. Don't practice it tonight with your wife, okay? Otherwise, you will have boys for the coming 10 children you will have, they will be all boys. Spanking method. Unbelievable. Crazy, you know, crazy religion. Yeah, actually, like the Shia, they have way more stupid stories than the Sunni. But the Sunni are no different. You know, I mean, they have their own fiction. But the Shia, they fly too much. I mean, they are really, really too much high. Like, you know, Ali, he was in China, and he was in Europe, and he was in Damascus, and he was in Mecca in the same time. Brother. And Al-Hassan, he speaks 70 million language. Brother. 70 million. Just only 70 million language. Hey, okay, what you can do about it? If I want to make just a special program about the Shia, you will die laughing. If you remember, I made a video about why why the Muslim Shia, they were speaking about the Sunni, why they are homosexual. Did anyone remember the video? He said that if he is a Shia, Allah will protect his anus from shaitan. But if he is a Sunni, the baby, when he is born, shaitan, he put his finger in his anus. And that will make him, which means will make every Muslim Sunni a homosexual. This is the the logic and oh boy, hard to believe, isn't it? And it's sad, by the way. I mean, we are in the year 2000, whatever, and then the people, they believe in this, and they go on TV. I mean, this guy, he have his program. His name is Yasser al-Habib, you know, and he explained, and he move his finger, and he tell you how shaitan, he insert his finger in the anus, brother, in the anus of the Muslim Sunni. Thank God I am not a Sunni. And you know, like one of the questions somebody asked me before, he said, what if somebody later he converted to be a Shia? He's already now, shaitan, he put his finger in his anus. Can that be fixed? You know, what if somebody one day, after, let's say, he become adult or something, he become a Shia? And then the sheikh is saying that when you are a child, shaitan, he insert his finger in your anus, and thus you will become a homosexual. Okay, what if this guy, when he grow up, he become a Sunni? Is Allah going to reverse what happened all this time? Oh boy. You know, actually, they have a story. Maybe I should make some special video about the Shia. Remind me, maybe next week. Like, there is a story where the Shia, they believe that Ali, he is one of the prophets who suffer from things. Or he was the accompany of the prophets who have from hard time or harsh time. So the Shia, they believe that Ali was with Abraham when they tried to burn Abraham, and he is the one who made the fire cooled down on Abraham. And Ali, he was with Noah in his ship in the flood time, and actually he is the one who saved his ship from drowning. Like, look like there is a hole, you know, in the ship, and Ali is the one who blocked it. And Ali was with Isa, and he was with Musa. So when Musa, he crossed the sea, Ali was with him too. So you know, you will find the Shia, they have millions of stories beyond imagination. He's a time traveler. He is Muhammad is a time traveler too. I'm just trying to remember like some stories. Oh, hold on. There's a verse in the Quran where Allah, he speak about a mosquito. A mosquito. So he said it's not like it's not hard for Allah to give an example or a parable of a mosquito and higher, which means even if it's small, he can make a parable about it. The Muslim Shia, they believe that Ali is the mosquito. And what is above it is the messenger of Allah. So Ali was a mosquito carrying the Prophet of Allah before they become human. There is endless, crazy stories. Oh boy. There's a story about Noah. I'm trying to remember what the story was saying. I need to search for it because I forgot really. Yeah, I think what the story is saying, that Ali, he was with Noah in his ship, and then Noah, he come to Ali, and he put his hand over his, like he asked Ali to open his hand, and then he wiped his hand over the Noah, he wiped his hand over the hand of Ali, and then he says, from the seed of this donkey, a donkey will come, and he will be rode by the master of the prophets and the seed of the prophet. And here you ask yourself, how in the world you say such a thing? How Noah describing Ali to be a donkey, and from his seed a donkey is going to ride him. Actually, let me try to find this reference as I mentioned it, because somebody might say it's not true, this is false. Let us search. Okay, let's see. Yeah, there we go, we found it. And I will give you the link, so in case they say this is not true. This is the book of Al-Kafi. Al-Kafi is the same as Al-Bukhari. Let's take a note. This is equal to Al-Bukhari for the Shia. So if you go here down, it says, it says here, from his father, from his grandfather, he mentioned that Ali, speaking about Ali, that he was with Ali, he was with Noah in the ship, and then Noah, he walked to him and he wiped his, what they call the hand, like the upper side of the, like when you open your hand, in the word in English. Anyway, go we'll translate it. So he wiped his hand and he said, from this donkey, a donkey will come, and the master of the prophet will ride him. And if you go here a little bit before it, it says, that the first ones of the animals who died, it was Ufayr. You remember the Ya'fur, the donkey of the prophet who speak, and Muhammad, he spoke to him, and he died right away when the prophet of Allah, he died. And then he like what happened when he heard that the prophet, he died, the donkey, he broke his rope. He was so angry, and then he went to an empty well, and he threw himself inside the well. And by the way, this is a Shia, this is Sunni story too. He threw himself, this is a story exists in Ibn Kathir. He threw himself inside the well and he commit suicide, and this is where he died, and this is the well become his grave. Let me use Google translation to end the drama. So here it says that Noah, let's see where it says Noah. Yeah, here speaking about the donkey, how the donkey commits suicide. His name is Afir. Here they call him Afir. The Muslim Sunni, they call him Ya'fur. So this donkey, he throw himself in the well of dry water. There's no water in it. He commits suicide when he heard the news that Muhammad, he died. And here the story is, the translation is coming wrong. So Noah, he came to Ali and he said, from this donkey, from his seed, a donkey will come and will ride him, the master of all the prophets. You see, out of his lions, of this donkey, come a donkey that the master of the prophets and their seed rides. All right. And then he says, praise to Allah who made me that donkey. I mean, can you believe this? And again, this is the reference here, Al-Kafi, which is equal to Al-Bukhari for a Shia, volume number 1, page number 237. Let me send you the link. I will shorten the link. I don't know if we can post it in Arabic. Actually, I mean the link as it is. Let me see. It didn't work. Actually, for some reason. Okay, hold on. Oh, it doesn't go. It says very long because there's Arabic font. Let's see. Link shorten. Link. Create a short link. Okay, now we post it for you. And let me know if it works. You see it? So you know that the Shia, they have endless stories. They are crazy. I mean, I used to read them just for fun, you know, just for you know, like you, sometimes you want to feel better, just for fun, just read them. Yeah, and by the way, the Shia, they believe that Ali, excuse my language now, don't be upset. His real name is Pussy. And his name is in the Injil is Elijah is Ali. In the Torah is Bariah. In India, his name is Kabur. In Rome, for the Roman, his name is Batrisa. For the Persian, his name is Jubair. For the Turkish, his name is Tapir. For the black people, his name is Haytar. And for the priest, they call him Pussy. Excuse my language. I mean, that is something, isn't it? That is something. And now for sure they will say to you it's a lie. So we better find the reference before they eat us alive. Let us see if I can find the reference. Hold on. Where are we going to find this now? Here we go. Okay, let us close this one. And we take this one. This is the book of Bisharatul Mustafa, page number 33. and we zoom out. This is the part. I'll use Google translation. Here it says, and his name, like the priest, they call him pussy. Yeah, let's translate, shall we? I mean, look how many names he have. So my name in the Bible is Elijah. Ali is Elijah. Take a note, please. Okay? So he's Elijah in the Bible. In the Torah, his name is Bariah. In the Zabur, his name is Ari. In India, his name is Kabir for the Hindus. For the Roman, they call him Batrisa. Among the Persian, they call him Jubair. Among the Turk, they call him Taybar. And among the Zinj, they call him Haytar. And among the priest, they call him Busi. No comment. It's not my fault. Don't hang me. I just read. None of my business. You know? I'm not the one who said it. I have nothing to do with it. I'm not responsible. And this is the name of the book, Bisharatul Mustafa, which means the good news about the chosen one, Muhammad. Page number 33. And this is the Shia library here, the website, Shia library. This is a very Islamic website. And now let us give you the link. Well, the English translation is funny how the word busi is coming, you know, like busi, you know. Oh boy. I mean, I'm telling you, this religion is really crazy. I mean, the more you study it, the more you go nuts, you go crazy, literally. I mean, this beyond stupidity. And then you ask yourself, like, even those people even they read what is written in their books? Do they really read? So let me pause for you the link. Who won the link? This link is a prize. You have to pay for it. Now I got you from your hands, all of you. You have to pay for this page. You like it or not, I got you. So his name is Elijah. I mean, they worship him, man. This Ali, he is their God. By the way, if you go to Iraq or to Iran and you laugh at Ali, as we are doing now, you will be dead in 2 seconds. Never do that there. I'm serious. Never, never, ever. They will kill you immediately. Yeah, let us make an auction. Who want to pay more to get this link? You know, halal link. Here we go. This is the link. You can open it and you can save it in your, yeah. So the priest, and the funny is, the one who called him the what word is the priest. Look like the priest, they choose the correct word for him. And then among the Abyssinians, Batrik, look, this guy, he have multi names. Man. How many people watch your debate live when you debate Sheikh Othman? This guy would never dare to debate me. How he would debate me? He's a coward, he's potato. So do you see the stupidity of this cult? It's literally mental illness. This is how they think and what they think about Ali and Muhammad. And even the Shia, they believe that Muhammad and Ali and his children, they are light, they are not a human. So they were light in the forehead of Allah, and they are made of light. They look like a human, but in reality they are not a human. This is why the Shia, they are really, I mean, too much different from the Sunni. They go farther in worshiping Muhammad and his family. Talk about the sword of Ali, that will need another drama. The sword of Ali is a different story. Hisham al-Husayni. Yeah. Well, you know, like right away when you debate those potatoes, they start accusing you. You are a Zionist. You are, you know, the potato. I mean, if you speak Arabic, just watch and die laughing. I think there is one of you. He made a subtitle for it. I forgot who. You can watch it with subtitle if you don't speak Arabic. Yeah, I mean, if this Uthman, he could not even handle good logic, and we cannot compare what I know about Islam and what good logic know. How he can handle me. That's why they are intimidated. They will not dare even to speak to me. They knew. But even a kid, he was able to make him hummus. Let me see if I can find the reference about the yellow shoes. Who want to see the yellow shoes? And the black shoes. Let us see. Okay, so this is the other hadith about the black shoes. I found it. Let me wait for you there. So this is the book. It's called Wasa'il al-Shia, volume number 5, page number 67. Hadith number 38, or story, issue number 38. It's hated to wear black. It's not haram. It is not likable. It's not right to wear a black shoe. Why? It says here, from, you know, all the way to Ali. It says, he said to him, he looked at one of his companion, and he saw him wearing a black shoe. So he said to him, what's up with you and with this black shoe? Don't you know that a black shoe will make you lose your vision and will make your penis loose? And it's more expensive than other shoes? And nobody, he wear it and he thought of himself highly. All right? And this is the same hadith here, you know. So, according to the story here, if you wear a black shoe, you will lose your vision and you will lose your penis. Let us use Google translation, shall we? Guys, you like it, don't you? When I'm going to go? Today, I said to myself, I'm going to make a short video. I think I need to buy an alarm and put it here in front of me, like 45 minutes and done. So this is the reference, Wasa'il al-Shia, part number 5, volume number 5, page number 67. And here it says, when he was walking with his companion, he said to him, he saw him, he looked at him, and his companion was wearing black shoes. So he said to him, what's up with you and this black shoe? The translation is not too much accurate. He said to him, don't you know that it harm the eyesight and relax the penis? So, my friends, if any of you, she have a husband and he is not doing good job in the bed, I want you to go right now immediately and throw all his black shoes in the garbage. He woke up in the morning, he will not find one of them because now we knew the problem. Your husband is fine. He is just suffering the consequence and the symptoms and the side effect of wearing black shoes. And I'm sure now that we solve a lot of problems. And your husband, he do not need to buy any medication. He do not need to see any doctor. It was the black shoe conspiracy. Now I need to find the other hadith about the yellow shoe, but it should be here somewhere. Where is the yellow shoe? And actually, if you read the second part, it says, and it will make you, you will be anxious. You know, you will be anxious. You will be worried all the time. Just by wearing the black shoe. All of this, all of those things happen because you wear a black shoe. Let me see page number 66. Go to 68. Yeah, this one repeating the same thing. I'm just trying to find where we can find the yellow shoes here. Ah, here we go. But here is not talking much about sex with the yellow shoes. Let us see maybe the page after. Here it says, if you wear yellow shoes, you will be happy until you ruin it. All those pages about yellow shoes. If you wear like a light shoes, that will prevent you from having, I don't know what the name of the virus. You know, it's a virus, you know, destroy your lung. I forgot the name in English. Maybe somebody can help. Actually, we can use a Google translation. Hold on. So if you wear light shoe, that prevent, where is the translation? Prevent from tuberculosis. Is that the name of the disease? I don't know. This is what Google is saying. Let us go to the other page about the yellow shoes. See what shoes can do? All those shoes can, I mean, shoes can do a lot of things. So here he says, if you wear shoes, wearing slippers is safe from leprosy. You know what? I'm going to open a clinic just to teach you guys about health advice. You know, so if you wear a slipper, you know, if you're addicted to wear a slipper, that will make you safe from leprosy. I mean, I wish you can speak Arabic. You would die laughing. I mean, the translation here is really horrible. Let's see. Where is the yellow? This is here is just about wearing a slipper. So if you wear a slipper too, it's going to make a strength in the sight. Your vision will be strong. See? How many of you are wearing glasses? You do not need the glasses. Just you need to wear slippers. Take my advice. Try it. It will be fine. Where is the yellow thing? Let us see. I think we passed it. We have to go to the Arabic page. And let us see if we go to page number 75. I don't know how I translate this one for you. So here is advising them not to wear one pair of shoes. So like you have to wear two shoes, each one of them from different pair. Why? If you do that, Shaitan, he cannot really get hold of you. So like you buy 2 shoes and you wear one shoe, one from the other shoe and one from the other shoe. This way, Shaitan, he cannot get hold of you. Let's see here. It's a wisdom, you know, this is always wisdom. It's hard for you to understand. How you can understand? You aren't smart. I mean, all of them, they are comedy. Maybe we are done with shoes here. Let me search, because that's endless. That's mean I have to search all over. Let us see if we can find. You know, Google make things a lot easier. I'm getting sleepy. All right. Sorry. And there is like white shoes, yellow shoes, black shoes. The black shoes is the worst. And if you wear yellow shoes, you will never lose money and you will never lose a child. Yeah. I found the one. It says like wearing yellow shoes will make you happy. Let us see. You see here, this one here, it says that the yellow shoes, when he wear a yellow shoes, he will always be happy until the shoes, like they are damaged, destroyed, like you keep wearing it until it's over. And all the time, I promise you, you will be happy. Try it. You know what? I think that, like, imagine if you are trying to invest in the stock market. How you can guarantee that the stock you are buying, they will never lose? Wear the yellow shoes. As long as the yellow shoes mean you will ever be happy, that means you will not lose. So it says here, the one who wear yellow shoes, he will still happy until he wear them out. Crazy religion, what you can say. And this is just little of millions of crazy stories. Yeah. Let us see. Yeah, that's enough for today. Otherwise, we will stay until tomorrow. Oh, man, I cannot even... it hurt to sit in this chair for many hours. So now we are here for 3 hours and 40 minutes. Unbelievable. I said to myself, I will go for like 20 minutes, 15 minutes. You guys, what are you doing to me? Unbelievable. And look, not even nobody coming. Like, we have only 700 people here. I think I should take like maybe a few days off. So you guys, you miss me and then you will come. Where is everybody? 3 hours and nobody here? That's not fair for me. You guys don't appreciate my work, don't you? It's all right. The Lord is watching. So guys, I want to say thank you for being here. And I hope that the ones who they are wearing black shoes will not come here anymore. You're not welcome. All right. We want here people who they are happy, with good spirit, wearing yellow shoes. We don't want drama. Keep your drama for yourself. Black shoes is not allowed. So please, next time before you enter our chat, you take off your shoes if they are black. You throw them, you sell them, you burn them. This is your business. But don't come with them. Enough is enough. I'm losing my patience. I don't want to see any black shoe here. Actually, I'm going to force all of you from now on to open your camera. And I don't want to see your face. I want to see your shoes. I want to be sure that all of you wearing yellow shoes. Happy people. Happy feet. And now we know where the movie name coming from. Happy feet. It was the yellow shoes. It turned to be that the secret of happiness is based on shoes. Wear yellow shoes. Advice of the century. Take my advice now, it's for free. Tomorrow will be costly. Because imagine if everybody heard this advice and they start buying yellow shoes. You will not find yellow shoes no more. Actually, maybe by tomorrow morning, you go to Amazon, you try to search for yellow shoes, you will find 0 left. So before it's too late, save yourself, save your family. Your wife, she is a drama woman, give her yellow shoes. You come home, she's laughing. You don't have money, she's laughing. You are not going to work, she is laughing. Because now she is happy, subhanallah, because of yellow shoes. Your mother-in-law, she come to your house, she bother you, she annoy you. Give her a gift. Yellow shoes. She come to your house, she will never complain. She is happy. She leave your house, she is happy. She call her daughter, she is happy. So you have a boss who is very rude, very ugly, very bad, very cheap. Give him a gift, yellow shoes. He will be very generous with you. He will give you vacation even when you don't ask for it. Before even you think about it. He will increase your salary. He will give you a vacation when it's time and when it's not time. Actually, he might say to you, stay at home. I will work instead of you. Just give him yellow shoes. My friend, can we give yellow shoes to Joe Biden? Imagine if we give yellow shoes to Joe Biden. What will happen in this country? I mean, now the inflation is like crazy. The shelves are empty and people cannot afford to buy food. If we give yellow shoes to Joe Biden and then he duplicate and he give every American yellow shoes, who is going to suffer? Nobody. The whole nation is happy. You go in the street, everybody is high. I mean, not from drugs, but the yellow shoes will make different. We can change society. It is time for a change. Yellow shoes is the best. And forget about the rest. Face it, take it, or leave it. It's an advice, will not be repeated twice. And we just made Quran. And he left as a donkey, never come back as a horse. Thank you very much for being here. May the Lord bless you and see you soon again. Maybe I should take a break so you guys can miss me. Maybe. Because I need to look for shoes. I'm not happy now with this number. Look, how many? If I have your shoes, I will not complain. It's your fault. It's your fault. Nobody warned me before. I just learned. True story. Take care. Hello everyone, and peace of Christ to all of you. Please invite your friends and let us have some good time together.
But I mean, again, he doesn't know who Gabriel is, right? Because he didn't come from an Abrahamic faith. The people of Mecca were pagan.
Quran is mentioned. If this book was from other than God, they would have found in it many contradictions.
If a book is without contradictions, that has no bearing on whether it comes from God or not. I've had phone books that are inerrant, but I certainly don't think God gave them.
That we believe without understanding.
As wholes.
The prophet tells us because Satan or the devil sleeps over our nostrils. Those who oversleep and not pray Fajr on time, Satan urinates in their ears.
I really do think Jesus was crucified and that he really was dead and buried. He thought that he was a son of God in the sense that he was specially chosen by God. I think Jesus really did think he was going to be the Messiah, the future king of Israel. I mean, that is, after all, why they crucified him.